Good morning, everyone. Sometimes going live doesn't like to work for you. Good. Is it still morning? I don't know. It's 11 for me. Morning. Morning. I can spell morning. What time zone are y'all in? Where are you from? Doing anything fun today? Say hi in chat so I know you're out there and giving me some lives. But hope everybody's doing good today. I'm gonna do a little bit of abstract Zentangle. This almost ends up looking kind of like blood vessels or something. I don't know. I saw on Miss Betsy, she hasn't put anything out in a couple months, so hopefully she's doing all right. But it's something I've seen her do. And I've seen some similar stuff on other people's channels, so I've wanted to give it a try, so I thought I would. Basically, you're just starting with kind of a wavy line, and then you're just going in with pencil and just drawing some like veins and stuff in it, so it just kind of looks kind of cool afterward. I'm going to make everything kind of rounded. I don't want to have any sharp points in this thing. And you just keep going and drawing until something looks kind of cool looking, and if it doesn't, well, I'm going to start out with pencil, so it might be a little bit light drawing. So yeah. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, hey Barker Animations, I can actually read people's names and say it, and it comes out completely wrong. So if I'm totally messing up your name, sorry. Do anything fun today? Now, are you an animator or something like that, or do you got a YouTube channel that you try to teach animation, or is just kind of a cool name and it's something you do for a living? Would love to know. Anybody out there who are YouTubers trying to get their channels up? Let me know what you do for a living. And I thought I put those notifications on silent. Apparently not. We're just gonna do some rounded edges. Just trying some new stuff. I wanted a little more abstract. I've been drawing a lot of animals lately. A couple weeks ago I did a bunny, Miss Mars. I've been drawing lots of stuff for turtles and other things, and did some other types of animals lately. So I decided just to do something abstract, just let my brain not brain. I've also been doing a lot of script writing and stuff for my channel, and so I just need something that's kind of pleasant, but yet doesn't really take up a lot of thought. Now you can always come in here and make the ones on the back kind of come through. I probably shouldn't do it too heavy, or else it's going to have way too much stuff going on. So I'll probably just do like 3 lines of this and then just let it spread out and let them tangle a little bit up here. So what type of stuff do you like to doodle? Are you guys doodlers? Or do you guys just like, I don't know. You don't doodle much, you just kind of like to do the live chats and say hi and stuff, and watch people doing other things. Just got back from Starbucks. Yeah, I know, you guys probably have to pop in a little bit later because it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna just do one more line of some of these sketchy thingies, and I'll start adding color in so you'll be able to see. So if you can't see, please feel free to hop back in a little bit later, or if you just want to sit and chat. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm saying these are no-brainers, they're very easy to do, and then I have no idea what I'm doing. You can always have a little something coming in here a little bit later. And then let's kind of fill this one. I'm going to have this one get a little bit wider, because this is very busy. I don't need it too busy. That's one thing, when I start doing some of these entangles, I have a tendency to put way too much stuff in them, like this one, and it's just so much. And so it's like, ugh, I need to do something that's not has so much. I want a little more space. I'm gonna still be filling it in with the shadowing and stuff. Hey, art by Lula, what? Lula, freaking A, words, I swear. What type of art do you do? Do you got your own channel? I would love to check it out. I need to make sure I write some of these names down. So if they do have a channel later on, I can check them out. You're a new art channel as well? Sweet. I've been doing about a year now, but my first one was a budgeting channel because I had absolutely no idea how to do any editing. I didn't even know how to cut and paste. I was awful. And now I've pivoted. This is my second channel, and I pivoted this one into an art channel about 5 months ago. And I started, oh, you do digital? That's something I really want to learn. I'm 47, and I just basically started learning to draw because I always told myself I couldn't. I could do stick figures and that's it, but I've never really tried. So that's why I started this channel. So it forces me to put videos up and continue my progress. Yeah, I like pencil too. I've been playing with some of the other. This was one of my houses. I did this in pencil. This is actually one of my neighborhood ones that I did. And I also like to do poetry, trying to learn calligraphy. I can't even speak. This is like straight up just ink drawing just with a pen without any tracing and just coming from the nose and working my way out because I had never done it. So I figure I'd give it a try. And one of my favorite ones, oh, here's some other Zentangle, is I have a creepy leprechaun. This is actually inspired by Unlucky Charms, and it's actually a red one because I didn't want to full on copy him, but he is, because actually originally leprechauns were red, not green, and some stapling, and my Cheshire cat who stole the leprechaun thing. So I did this in pastel though. Yeah, I'm still kind of learning and doing different. Oh, my little kitty cat that I lost not too long ago. And between watercolor and pencil, it's just so fun trying new things and stuff and seeing, well, you know, what you're good at, what you're not, and what you need to work on. I have a friend who is an oil painter, and I'm going to do an interview with him. Hopefully, that's what I was working on today, is some of the skits and stuff. So I want to do some interviews with him on somebody, because I've never even gotten into oil painting at all. And so be like master. He's been doing it for 50 years. Sorry, I don't get, but I love your arts. It's so cute. Thank you. You have a good day, okay? And if you get a chance, go out and check out my channel. And if it's something you're interested in, make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know, put a comment in one of my ones. So in case I need to write your name down. I'll go and check out your stuff. And if you're just getting started, I'll try to get you a heads up on some communities that will help you answer any questions you have. So yeah, go out there, and if you have any questions, give me a holler. I'll try to get your channel going up and going as well, because we all need new arts peoples out there. Check this thing on the rerun, and hopefully you'll check in a little bit later. You'll have a wonderful Sunday. Let's see. I'm gonna have this one kind of curl back in on itself. Ooey. And then we'll have this kind of curling back on itself a little bit. That looks like a monster's eyes. Maybe we'll have to make that kind of look like a... He looks like a smiling monster. I'm gonna just go with it. I'm just gonna go with it. Alrighty. Maybe I'll have to have something come down here and make it kind of look like an uvula, whatever the hell, the tonsil stuff. Alrighty. And I'm gonna do one more layer and kind of see if they can twine in with some of these. Let's see. Maybe a little bit smaller than the ones below, so it looks like they're stacking. And then maybe start here. And I'll have one more over here. And then I'll see if I can just have them twine out. Where is that? Oops. I took some notes. Ouch. And let's see. I'm gonna have some right here. And then we'll have some coming back down, doing a little bit of an abstract style drawing. Right now I'm just in the process of sketching, so it's kind of hard to see. So make sure if you like the tangle type of stuff. And I might just kind of have some go on here. I'm just gonna kind of make some light sketching of this and see what it looks like. Make it look like some veins, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, need to. Like always the very beginning of some of these art channels is like, what am I seeing? I see a little bit of shadowing and stuff, and you see a new channel getting started and you're like, oh, I gotta check it out, and then it's like, I have no idea what I am looking at. And the person's usually silent, so you have no freaking clue what they're even doing, because they're so focused on doing whatever they're doing. Unless you got some talking head people and stuff who are actually talking to their things, like, oh, today is a wonderful day, and thank you, blah blah, thank you. Yeah, art channels has a little bit of a different feel to it than some of the other talking heads or gaming channels. I love me watching a good gaming channel. I was watching one the other day. The guy was paralyzed. He only had control of his mouth. And he was playing like Fortnite and some of these like really fast-paced games, and it's like going, it was making me dizzy watching play, and he was really freaking good. And I'm like going, how in the world, how much practice did that dude have to be able to do that? It's like, holy cow. It is awesome. And we're gonna have some. I'm going to try to remember to keep all these shapes kind of rounded and not too thin. I don't want it to be, I want people to actually look at it and not have it so much going on that you're like, what is going on in this picture? And can kind of come in here. Probably have them getting a little thinner as they get down here, so I can kind of tell the difference of the different ones. And of course they're kind of in the background, so actually I'm going to have that here. I might not even do these, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to have some of these kind of spilling over and over. Let's see. I don't know if that would be too busy. Like here I was saying, I don't want it to be too busy, and here I am just completely changing my mind. I'll have to make sure I don't do it too much, just one or two on each one of having it coming through, because then I have to figure out where everything is. I think I'm just gonna have that look like it's kind of tucked behind. So maybe kind of halo it. Just kind of halo. And then these ones will intertwine. These ones will kind of come and go over here. I'm going to have a little bit of a... And now I've got a fly in here. They're bugging me. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do this all in one sitting. Might have to come do another live tomorrow. If I have, I'm going to make sure I kind of come back and do... If I don't finish one on one day, I'll have to make sure I come back the next day and do some more. So that way I'm not taking a month and a half to do it and then forgetting what I'm doing. All right, let's start adding a little bit color so it's not so blah, and I'll let that fill in. I'm actually going to do a blue, have all these kind of tango blue, and then the insides I'll be doing black. So it'll be a blue and a black. I guess I can just start from this side. Where's my handy dandy roller thingy? I'm going to make this a little bit lighter. Hopefully I don't lose any of the texture. We're going to get started with this. I might do some watercolor and just have this as the outline depending on how much ink I have, because I don't know if I have enough ink to do the whole thing. Make sure I keep everything rounded. And I'm actually going to have that open spaces. Okay, except for the areas that are coming in from another plant or whatever the heck this is. So only areas that I'm actually going to have closed in on the bottom, and I hear somebody. Sure I have. Now I have to pay attention so I don't accidentally close off the wrong section. I guess I should just leave the other ones by himself. There's one that kind of crosses over. And that's over here. So make sure I put that in there first. And then it kind of goes underneath it. And it's kind of talking my way through. Okay, that will be open, so this will be closed, I think. Okay, and then this is some of the vines from behind it. This is, I'm gonna get this one that kind of goes through so I don't close it off. I should have arched it a little bit more coming over there, but that's okay. And that's coming. All right. I think I got that one. Kind of keep these rounded a little bit. This is like bright ink. Like I said, maybe I'll probably afterward I might do some watercolor and having some shadow on the edges and stuff. So I think the shadow will be on the bottom part. And that's coming in from the other side. Who knows? It could be completely different by the time I'm done. Oh, sounds like Daddy is doing the yard work. I'll have to go out and give him a hand after this. All right, close that part off. And close that part off. Because I might actually have this whole section blue as well. And so the veins will, or blue veins or whatever, will kind of go into the side. Oops, that was a little bit wider than I thought, so let's not make this side a little bit too wide. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Oh, my hand is cramping. I've been doing nothing but writing since I got up this morning, got up at 6 or so, and 7, actually slept in. That was nice. It was nice to sleep into 6 or 7 instead of waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know what you guys do for a living, but if you ever have to wake up that early in the morning and then you get a day off and it's like going, yay, I can sleep in, and then you get up at 5. And then you force yourself to go back to bed. Because dang it, I'm going to take advantage of it on my day off. Oops. Stay. Stay. Sorry, I can't help it. Hi. I've got a watcher. Her name is Jinx. Say hi, Jinx. I don't think she's that impressed. All right. Let's do that in there. All right, I think so. I need to move it. There we go. So if you're watching, leave a comment in the if you can. If you don't have on a big screen TV, leave your name in there so I can say hi to you. And I will write down your, if you're a YouTuber, I will write down your name and I'll give you a thanks in my thing once I get this thing all uploaded. If you're just a watcher, thank you even more, because, well, we appreciate it. Head of yourself. Slow down. Remember, you're not editing this thing later. So you need to make sure you're not going to be editing out your mistakes, so avoid making mistakes. Oh, okay, that wasn't a mistake. It was a planned for mistake. All right. Sure, I got enough ink to make it through all the way. Oh, shit. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to curse. I'm getting ink flying everywhere. Apparently, I was shaking that too vigorously. I can see ink in there. This coming over here as well. I'm just doing kind of an abstract tangle looking thingy. We're gonna see what it looks like once we get the shading and everything put in. You erase some of these things and it's like, I've erased it too much. Alright, this is one of the other one that's coming out and through the top. Bit of a tangle right there. What did I do there? That's okay. I meant to do that. Totally meant to do that. Let's draw this over here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Kind of looks cool on screen though. Let's put this over here so I don't smear that. There's a Zentangler, I think it's outside the lines. She has a plant music type of thing that you hook it up to the plant and makes really cool music. I might have to go and do that because then it'd be uncopyrighted. And some of the sounds are kind of cool. I'm just kind of curious to see if it actually works. Have that. Oh well. There we go. And let's see. This one kind of looks like a monster peeking over the corner. Yep. And do another one over on this side. I need to get one of those thingies that you put on you that has like the cloth on it, but the fingers are exposed. Got some wonky looking stuff going on. Like I said, this is something I saw on Miss Betsy. I haven't seen her on the YouTube for quite a while, so hopefully everything's okay. But it's something I wanted to try. Bit of there, whiting all these up a little bit. All right. This looks weird. It looks really cool, but it looks weird. And I'll probably just have some stuff going off onto the sides, kind of flaring out, and then maybe having some more intertwined ones, some smaller ones. No, I think I screwed up there. Oh, oopsie. Oopsie. You did not see that. I'll have to make sure I put some extra ink in there. It's like you get this far into something and then you screw up and you're like, gosh dang it. Do I have any whiteout? I got Holly AKA. I got silver. I don't have any whiteout. No. I'll see if I can just make some more designs in it. I'm trying to see if I can get some to come across. I'll just have to kind of add them as I go. Should probably use my pencil because this looks odd. This looks odd. Yeah. All right, let's get started on this. I will probably end up having to watch some of her video on the stuff up here and see if I can get it to look somewhat right. All right. Now, hopefully I don't screw this up too much because I'm using this, just kind of filling in the probably have to go over it again with some blue, but that's all right. I'm just trying to get these lines the right way. Make sure I take my time. It's like you see the videos and you're like, they speed up like 1,000 times and you're like going, how do you do that? Yeah, this is going to be a multiple day one, unless I want to hurry through it and have it look really crappy. Since this is in the back, it's probably going to be even darker. As well as you can always use dots to kind of outline where you want the darkest parts to go. And then you kind of connect those dots. That way you have an idea. You got to be careful that you don't go over the lines too much because you still want to have the blue. But like I said, I'm going to come back with like a wash or something and fill this in with the blue and of different, intensities. Probably end up, once I kind of figure out the direction I want the shadowing to come from. But right now, this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to have the darker ones over here. Make sure I'm not going. Trying to get them to meet without wandering too much, because that would, see how that kind of went that way. I might end up having to angle this and then just angle that. There, that way. Work smarter, not harder. You know? I'm going to have this kind of come up the side, so I'll have this side darker. Now it doesn't have to be full on, so you can have like the different. You can have it dark over here. It almost looks like muscle behind it. That's kind of cool. And so I'm going to do the outline of the darker one. It seems to help so I don't go over a little bit. So I'll just kind of put a little bit of dots in here and then just kind of bring it up from there. And then bring it down. Just make sure you get the right angle. If you're doing this live, tilt your thing and then tilt your your camera. Make it your life a lot easier. And I'm going to want to bring some of that shadow down and some of that shadow up. That's probably a little bit too much, but it's fine. This one's very tiny, so it will probably be almost full on black. Put some little outlines. That way the dots seem to help a little bit. And then you can kind of get it on the right side of the blue line. So all that work highlighting it. I wonder what this would look like with just dots. That would take a lot of time. And you got to make sure you have you're not filling in the wrong spot. So always double check before you start adding some of your ink strokes. And this is going to be a larger one, so it might be easier to fill in the darker spots first. I always wanted to kind of keep going the same direction. And then make sure you move your hand around, get some flexing. Normally I don't stay on for like hours and stuff. How long have I been on? Usually try to keep it an hour, hour and a half. Shoop, shoop, shoop. I'm gonna make sure I don't get those, because I'm doing long strokes without actually going out of it. Because I still want the look of the long lines. I'm kind of trying to fan it out of the darker area. And this needs a little bit more. But I don't want a line, so I gotta make sure I try to fan it. Make sure it's all going the same kind of direction as the others. So kind of look at them first. If I have to, make sure I move the picture a little bit. Give a little bit of a thicker outline on the sides here so I don't go over. Do a light. Probably come through here with the blue as well on top of it. Make sure I'm still going the same direction. Oops. I'm kind of curled a little bit. Don't get ahead of yourself, Holly. Sometimes you just need to slow down and be okay with it taking a little bit more time. It's a live. I can always come back and do another live of it tomorrow, or even later tonight. I can do a couple of them in one day, huh? mood, I need some more art, I can always just come back in and do it a little bit more. How's that looking on screen? That's kind of looking kind of cool. And then I'll come back in with some little watercolor and different blues and making these look a little bit more rounded. Just make sure they're all going about the same direction so they don't look like they're you want them to meet in the middle in a straight line and have them blend. At least that's the plan. But then they kind of almost look like muscle. And after I've done this, I might go in and then do a little bit of cutting out some of the stuff when I'm editing this later on. Gotta kind of be a little bit more rounded on here, since this is kind of rounded. And when I'm coming up here, I'm just kind of a little bit heavier on here, and then I just almost lift up as I'm stroking the page, as I'm lifting it up. That way I'm not getting a straight heavy line. So I'm just kind of almost putting dots on here and then just kind of lifting up. But you have to make sure you're not doing it too much or you're going to go into the next picture. So it's just very light. It really helps with the line work too. I'm going to have a little bit more dark coming down from the top. So I need to make sure I blend it in. Get some long ones coming across the whole thing. Don't get overexcited. You're starting to get marks in the wrong spots. You want that straight lines. You want it to kind of feather out. So I can always come back later and give it some heavier lines if I want it. Kind of straight it aside and just kind of make sure they're all following. This one kind of swirls a little bit, so kind of have to remember to do that. And this one's kind of looks like it's has some different. You can like make some heavier lines so it almost looks like there are lots of muscle tissue almost. So you can make a couple of them a little heavier lines. Just make sure they're all connected to the bottom and the top. And so you can almost have some different textures going in some of these bigger ones and kind of play around with it and see what you like. If you don't, then you don't do it next time. Let's see how this is. Now, if this was done with like a red pen, that would probably look like muscle. Oh, my hands, I need to pop. Oh yeah, so I've been doing this for about an hour. I'll probably do it for another 30 minutes. Stay. And do some little dots on the top where I want the darker colors, and the darker shades or the darker blacks. And then I'm gonna kind of go in that direction. Now this thing will take you forever, and so it's not something you're actually just gonna go through really quick. It's really not the point of some of these larger Zentangles. You can always do some of the smaller ones. This one's almost swirling. This is a way to help with meditation and calming the brain, especially if you're doing like studying and that type of stuff. It really helps to have a break and doing something completely different. And I'm gonna probably add in some other stuff as well, some circles and little things as well, but right now most of the bottom one's gonna be like this. So stop in, stop out, say hi. See how far along I get. Come back with the thing and make these a little bit thicker lines once I get them in there. I just love blue and black together. It looks really cool, especially teal. I love teal. Teal and blue, or I don't know if this is really teal, but come in with some different colors. I'll have to play around with, I have some kind of a teal ink. I'll have to play around with that and see how it looks on one of my other papers. See if I can water it down. Some more in here, a little bit more sparkle. You can make some of these lines a little thicker if I want. I love these little gel pens, they're so fun. Does this have a brand name? I don't know, I got these at the dollar store or something like that. It was just a cheapy one, but they're so satisfying to use. Yeah, this probably would have been kind of cool in black and red as well. Okay, I think, yeah. It's like there's so many, after a while you just start staring at this and you're like going, where's the line? Okay, this is probably a little bit more angled. I think I put too much dark. I have to feather that out a little bit more. That's going to be a darker one. Oh, that starts to look pretty cool, if I do say so myself. have to constantly tell myself to slow down, because just looking at this is going to take me hours to do. But it's like, I want it done now, especially when you're doing a video or a live, and it's like, oy. Still have 1%. I'm almost tempted to do one of these videos where you're doing it all day. Make sure I go around the bend a bit there. It's kind of a weird. See if you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Kind of see I'm just kind of doing scratch marks all the way through, and my hand's cramping by now. But that's what it's looking like. I'm gonna at least finish this part, and then I'll probably call it good for today, and maybe I'll come back later tonight and do this section, and then maybe tomorrow morning I'll come back and do this section. So I'm gonna try to get this thing done in a couple days. And then I can also see which hours are the best one for people doing, watching lives and stuff. So might as well take that into account. Fresca. Sponsor me. All right. Got some. So I don't get black ink everywhere all over my page. It's not as awesome to look at. Half the page is done, but I'll have to make sure I chip it up. And I'll have to come back here and erase some of this extra. Make sure I don't break the paper. Make sure I don't break the paper. Paper. I can always halo that later. That's why I call it haloing, right? Ouch. Don't. Alright. Let's get this section done. Make sure it's at the right angle. And then make sure that's it. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. I think it doesn't like me turning it. All right. There. There we go. Now I got a rabbit in the background eating her box. Let's see if we can get some more darker over here. Might come back later on and get some darker shading on certain sides. Okay, I'm starting to get sloppy. I'm starting to get sloppy. About time to take a break. I'll come back later tonight, and possibly, at the very least, in the morning. Dots in it. One of these days, I'm going to have a big audience and I'm going to have constant chatting all throughout it. I'm going to dream about that. But until then, I shall have fun talking to myself. Because I have good conversations with myself all the time. Okay, let's clean up around the edges a little bit, and then that should be good for today. Getting a good start. I'm going to work on this off screen a little bit later. Kind of make it look a little more, not all this. I want it to kind of fade out. Watch some more videos a little bit. See what they're doing. It's one thing about doing one of these types of things that are kind of a larger. You have a lot more. I like these little tiny Zentangles, but you don't really practice the same thing over and over and over. Especially if you're new. If you've been doing it for a while, then you have the practice and you're doing the same stuff over and you're practicing it. But when you're getting started and you're just doing the little tiny Zentangles, it's harder to get good at something. My rabbit is having a good time in the background. She is gonna eat that thing. Cats keep complaining that she's eating all their stuff. Eating all their cat scratchers. Alright, there's a good start for it. Well, that's the start of that little tangle. That's going to take me a bit to do. And we'll see, you know, I'm going to have it like this kind of fading in there, and then here and there I might have little circles and some other stuff. But we'll see what it looks like. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I appreciate everybody who has popped in and popped out, and all those who have is going to be watching this on the reruns or after the fact. I appreciate anybody spending some time with me. Thank you, Art by Lua. Lula, art by Lula. Go check her out. She popped in here and was chatting with me for quite a bit, so I appreciate it. I'm gonna go and check her out as well. And the other one was Breaker Animations. There was another one. Go check him out as well. I'll make sure I put them. Well, thanks for stopping by. He said hi as well. So, thank you again for joining me. I will see you next time. And thank you to all my beautiful fools for stopping by. And all my beautiful fools that were going to stop by after the fact. Make sure you give a little hi in the comments later on, so I know you stopped by and gave it a watch, even if you're putting it on fast forward or just playing it in the background. I appreciate it, because I want to know I'm not just talking to myself the whole time. That's always good. Anyways, see you next time. Love you all. Bye. Are you sure you want to stop? Yes.